Since our win over Eintracht Frankfurt, we've kept the momentum strong. We've put in some dominant league performances, netting 3 against Hannover, 4 against Hoffenheim, and 3 more against Mainz. The squad's confidence is soaring, the defense is rock solid, and key players like Simons, Martel, and Zesco are stepping up. Now, it's all eyes on Marseille. They are well red side, but with our current form, I'm confident we can make a statement.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 50 of Red Bull KloppBot here on Sean Does FM with Leipzig. I hope you're doing well and coming today. We enter the knockouts of the Champions League for the first time here in 2028, and we started with a clash against the toughest team we could have got in the round of 16. We take on Marseille, who finished 9th in the league stage. Actually quite a tough draw for us here for today's episode. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that before we get stuck into some Champions League knockout action. Have played a couple of games in the Bundesliga off the back of yesterday's episode where we took on Cologne in DFB Pokal quarter-final and then Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. If you missed that one, I'll leave a link to it over in the top right corner. Also signed a couple of young wonder kids as well who are now sitting in our under-19s, but thankfully done pretty well off the back of those games that we did play yesterday. We were scoring late goals to just get the job done in both those games. Thankfully, since then, it's been a bit more comfortable, albeit against teams you'd expect us to do well against in the league. First up, a 4-0 win at home over Hoffenheim. Bayer picked up a goal early. Cisco with a first half double, and Mamadou Manga got his first goal for the club there in the second half. So quite comfortable win there over Hoffenheim at home, backed up with another clean sheet this time away. We picked up a 3-0 win over Mainz. Goals there to Magno, and again a double to Benjamin Sesko. And a few days prior to the first leg of this Champions League round of 16 clash, we did take on the worst team in the league in Hanover, so it did give us a good chance here to put out pretty close to a full rotation, and thankfully it paid off. We picked up another 3-0 win. Goals to Martel and Drago in the first half, and Xavi Simons off the bench picked one up in the second as well. So comfy wins off the back of yesterday's episode does mean now been a fair while since we've dropped points in the Bundesliga since the end of last week with that red card in that Bayern Munich game, but it does mean our gap on top of the Bundesliga is still 10 points over Bayern Munich, but these days, with only 10 games left in the season, in a strong position to be picking up back-to-back Bundesliga titles here at RB Leipzig. Dortmund arguably still in the race as well, just 1 point further back, and then it's a gap of 7 points to Gladbach and Bochum. So I think now the best 3 teams in Germany have separated from the pack, but we have a nice lead on top there of that Bundesliga table. But today, we focus on the Champions League. Here's what the round of 16 actually looks like, but first up we'll go back and show you guys what happened in that knockout playoff round, which we didn't take part in. Tottenham just got the job done there over Napoli. Marseille had to come back there with a 5-2 second league win to beat Rapid Wien 6-4 on aggregate. So considering they finished 9th in the league phase, that was a bit close for comfort for those guys. Real Sociedad got through on penalties over Atletico Madrid. You could argue that's a little bit of an upset, definite upset. Roma getting past Liverpool, because Roma only just snuck in that 24th spot. So Roma knocking out Liverpool is a big upset. Celtic should delete their club after that second leg loss there to Arsenal. 12-1 on the day, 14-2 on aggregate. That's the worst Champions League scoreline I've seen, even in qualifying so far. In the save, Milan just get the job done there over Ajax. Dortmund, they knocked out Juventus off the back of a 2-0 first league win, and Benfica, they go through 6-3 over Athletic Bilbao. So those are how the teams made their way through to this round of 16. And here are the ties, obviously. We've got Marseille, Benfica, Barca, Tottenham, PSG, Real Sociedad, Man United. Arsenal, Bayern Munich is probably the headline tie in the round of 16. Dortmund take on Feyenoord, Milan take on Man City, and Roma, they have a tough task again as they take on Real Madrid. So those are the ties here in the round of 16. As I said, considering who we could have gotten there on that left-hand side, I think we got the toughest one, considering if we go back to the league phase, there's what the table did look like. Marseille finished 9th, so they are a decent team here this season. In the Champions League, they picked up 5 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the Champions League. Just a little bit worse than what we did with a loss instead of that extra draw, but thankfully we got to skip that round that they did play when they did take on Rapid Wien, and hopefully we can find a way to get past the team from League A. They do have Marco Rose in charge as well, which is quite interesting considering at the start of the save he was here at RB Leipzig. Currently they find themselves up in second in League A, but to be fair, a fair way behind Paris Saint-Germain. But to be fair, their form of late is just as good as PSG. Come to this one obviously off the back of that turnaround win against Rapid Vienna, and either side of that, they've picked up wins over Brest, Saint-Etienne and Lorient quite comfortably as well. Their captain is Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg, the former Tottenham man. He's there these days. Handy player, but to be fair, we should have quite a few players here better than him these days with that 2.5-star current ability and potential. The vice captain is Valentin Rongier, a bit old as well, but a handy midfielder. Come right back, and we're going to skip over their key player because that's just a bit yuckers, and hopefully we can knock these guys out considering that they've got him. But of course, that's something which actually happened in real life, so can't even blame FM for that, because it actually happened in real life. A yuck club here we take on in Marseille. Hopefully can find a way to make our way past them here through the quarterfinals of the Champions League. In terms of injuries, we've just got one. Ozil Marban, of course, got injured during the course of yesterday's episode. He's 1 day away, so won't be featuring in this first game, but should be back for the second leg. So we are going to be quite strong going into these games that we do play in today's episode. And also worth noting, the Bundesliga game that we do have in between these two legs is against Nuremberg, who are down in 17th. So to be fair, we've had some very nice scheduling here around this round of 16 with the 18th place team and 17th place teams in the Bundesliga. So we should there be able to put our rotation if we need to for that Bundesliga game, give our first team the chance to focus on both these leagues where we take on Marseille, and hopefully we can find a way to make the quarterfinals of the Champions League for a second season in a row. But before we get stuck into the first leg in Marseille, obviously being a German club, our first time going to Marseille, so it's time to check out the KloppBot's hotspots. And here's what the KloppBot's given us here for our trip to Marseille ahead of a Champions League knockout game. First up, gave us 2 accommodation options. We're definitely staying here at the higher rated first option, which is the Radisson Blu Hotel Marseille But, located in the heart of the sea. This hotel offers a rooftop pool, thumbs up for that, as well as the panoramic views, a modern fitness centre and proximity to the old port, providing both comfort and convenience for our team. A quick look at the website for this place we're staying at. There you can see a bit of that rooftop pool, which was just highlighted before. We'll just go forward here a little bit more and check out a few other of the photos of this place. See what pops up early here on the gallery for this hotel. It does look like, and quite a nice area here near the port in Marseille. There's the hotel itself, not too tall, so to be fair, the views from that pool might not be the best. Looks like downstairs they've got a bar and a restaurant as well, so it could be quite handy for either side of the game. And going forward further, there's the entrance. This looks like quite a nice spot. A few more shots here of the swimming pool. This does look like quite a nice hotel here the KloppBot has found for us in Marseille. There also might be a rooftop pool bar that could get quite dangerous if we pick up a comfy win off the back of this firstly, which hopefully we will, considering they've got him on their team. I want to fresh them so badly in this game. But going down further, here's what we're going to be doing in Marseille. Now, the first thing, I can't actually find a decent website for, because trying to find a sailing tour along the Mediterranean coast, there's all sorts of options, not starting from Marseille, but we're going to do some sailing along the Mediterranean coast. We'll organise a private sailing excursion departing from Marseille's But. This activity offers a unique opportunity for team bonding while enjoying the scenic beauty of the Mediterranean coastline. Participants can learn basic sailing techniques under professional guidance, fostering teamwork and collaboration. Hopefully it's not too rough, no one gets sick or gets thrown overboard, and the fellas will be all good to get stuck into our second activity before we play this Champions League round of 16 first league. And off the back of that, it will be a culinary workshop, so hopefully no sea legs. The fellas can handle a bit of cooking and a bit of eating as we learn about some Provençal cuisine. We will arrange here a hands-on cooking class where team members can learn to prepare traditional Provençal dishes. This immersive experience not only introduces the rich flavours of the region, but also encourages collaboration and creativity within the team. This session can conclude with a shared meal, enhancing team camaraderie. Thankfully, this is something that we can check out. I found something here, the top Provençal cooking classes that we can find. There's one there called Just Like Home. Maybe we do Provence on a plate in a chic setting. And go down a bit further, we can keep it natural, learn about plants, probably not, considering we want to eat something half decent. And also there's a dessert themed one as well. A bit more of a snack plate thing here with truffles and bouillabaisse. So to be fair, I have a couple of options here for our cooking class over in Marseille, but no doubt there will be good come down the guys off the back of the sailing that we will do prior to wrap things up. We'll go on a little bit of a walking bus tour and get a historical explanation of the Épinay district, embark on a guided tour of the Épinay, Marseille's oldest neighbourhood, known for its narrow streets, vibrant art scene and historical significance. This cultural excursion provides insights into the city's heritage and can be tailored to include interactive elements such as scavenger hunts or storytelling sessions. Of course, the KloppBot does love a scavenger hunt, but apparently that might engage the team actively. So a bit here of a walking tour. Here's a little bit of a website that I did find. You'll see a few photos here of the general area that we're going to be checking out near the old port where no doubt that sailing trip did start from. We can check out the history of the basket, the pannier and open air museum, going down further a couple of cultural sites that we can check out, and going down a bit further you can see there's a bunch of Instagram photos as well. So that's what we're going to do there in Marseille before this first leg of the Champions League round of 16, where hopefully we can pick up a win, taking advantage back to the Red Bull Arena. And here are the team sheets for the first leg of this Champions League round of 16 tie there in Marseille, going with the 4-2-3-1 Marco Rose. To be fair, they've got some quite decent players, also not too sure how, but Galassai's there, who I think was at Borussia Dortmund earlier this season. In terms of us, it's our best 11 starting wise. Obviously got Ramsak as the backup striker on the bench, and also Adam Asnow comes up from our B team to sit on the bench. But apart from Marban, that's our best 11. Hopefully, even though we're away from home, we can pick up a decent result here in this first leg. And we have to wait until just shy of the half-hour mark for the first highlight of this game. Looking to get something going there down our left-hand side. Unfortunately, that bloke who probably shouldn't be in the game, he gets the ball back there for Marseille. Thankfully, on a yellow card, that would be absolutely brilliant if he got a red here. That would actually prove him right, but unfortunately here Marseille are on the ball from this first highlight so far. It's been a pretty quiet game, both teams with not too many shots overall, and Marseille with the only ones that have been on target. But Sarmiento tries to spray that one out to the right-hand side. Gotta say, as I said, not too sure how he's left Dortmund to go there. Pretty sure it wasn't for a transfer fee, because that should have popped up in my news there. In the Bundesliga, they actually create a good chance there though, down the left-hand side, but thankfully that header goes just over the bar. Marseille with those shots on target ever so slightly on the front foot, but thankfully still 0-0. And just about to make our way here into injury time in the first half of this first league. As I said, it's been a pretty quiet half. That good chance that we did see there to Marseille. We're going to the sheds here, locked up at 0-0. To be fair, Vincod take that going back to the Red Bull Arena, but there are a couple of players out there who are struggling. Also, Lou Kaber picked up a yellow card there off the back of that highlight that we did see, so we'll take him off. That'll be for Norby, a bit more natural as a central defender. Then Shabalala, Martel struggling on a 6.4, so Manga can come on for him. We'll take off there Kudus on a 6.4 for Killian Salk, albeit Drago has been in quite good form recently, so maybe we bring him on and actually switch Magno out to right wing for the second half. See if he'll improve on that side. Cisco also struggling, but obviously with the backup options we have, probably going to keep him out here. Also just checking, we're going hard on Mason Greenwood. That seems like a very sensible idea there from our assistant manager, but hopefully we find a way to score a goal in the second half and take the lead back to the Red Bull Arena. And just coming to the hour mark here, and there's been no improvement from those players who were already struggling rating-wise going into half-time. So we're going to take off here Cisco for Ramsak. Not ideal, but he's not playing well. May as well risk it here for the last half hour of this first league. And also Killian Salk can come on at right wing this time for Tallis Magno. That's all our subs used with a half hour left. Still scoreless. And in fact, just as I try and wrap things up, there is a free kick here to Marseille. Kurt Zuma, this is a very interesting team here. Some of these guys really should be in jail, and so should Xavi Simons with that poor back pass at Bulls to Amin Adli, who will put that one away. It's a bad pass, that one from Xavi Simons, and Prison FC, they take a 1-0 lead. Merlin then plays that one forward to Gassama. Garasai is trying to go back to get that one. Good foot in there. I think that might have been from Norby. It goes forward to Simons. Bit of a fancy pass from him, and it was an absolute shocker. Adli can run onto it and put that one away in the bottom left corner. Marseille take a 1-0 lead. And only a few minutes off the back of that opening goal, where really we should have been able to clear our lines there. Poor pass from Simons. I'm going to make our way out from back here from a goal kick. Thankfully, just do enough there to find Connor Bradley down our right-hand side now. Killian Salk off the bench will find Simons definitely needs to try and redeem himself off what happened before. It's a looping header there from Udrago. Their goalkeeper makes a bit of a mess of it, but unfortunately they eventually can tidy things up there at the back. You can see the stats there. A very even game, but still, the shots on target is the big difference maker. It's got another highlight here as we sneak our way into the last 20 minutes. Manga is on the ball, plays it back to Diamonde, and Norby will pick out Hincapi, albeit under a little bit of pressure. But it looks like here we're struggling to get shots on target. Hopefully that'll put the curse on Salk. Tries to float that one over the top. It's headed away poorly, and Xavi Simons gets a great chance there to redeem for that mistake that he made leading to the goal. But unfortunately, that one I think came off the woodwork, and Marseille do clear their lines. Manga with an orange injury, but now it's time for us here to go a bit wider, be more expressive, and distribute a bit more quickly with only 10 minutes left. With this being the first leg, won't go full out attack just yet to make sure that Marseille don't score a second goal ideally, but to be fair, I'd like a goal too. So now we're making our way into 5 minutes of added time. I think now's the time that we do go attacking a free kick to Marseille, and they're looking for a double, but thankfully that one can't quite creep inside of that top left corner, and that will do it for the first leg. That's a pretty poor performance for us, to be fair, in that away leg, especially considering last season we did really well in the away legs in the Champions League, especially those first couple before that oh-so costly one against Manchester United in the semi-final. But unfortunately, we might be on the verge early of getting knocked out of the Champions League this season. 1-0 down as we head into the second leg at the Red Bull Arena. And we're going to get stuck straight into the second leg of this Champions League round of 16 tie. Hopefully get rid of Prison FC and make our way through to the quarterfinals. A couple of changes. Marban's back on the bench, but in terms of the starting lineup, Manga's going to start over Martel in defensive midfield, and also Ben Seguir in central attacking midfield. Both those players on a heavy workload, but more importantly, the guys coming in better recent form. Marseille, it looks like, going with a very similar lineup, albeit Garasai was under an injury cloud going into this game. Not actually too sure if he was there up front. That could be a big loss for them, seeing as he was quite handy in that first league and is someone we're quite familiar with from our time in the Bundesliga while he was there at Borussia Dortmund. But hopefully can find a way here to score an early goal and make up for that pretty poor performance there away from home, and go an early throw in here, albeit a push in the back there on Kudus does mean that Marseille get a chance here to clear their lines, albeit not well done. Magno gets the ball there and it falls out to Benjamin Sesko, who puts it in the back of the net, albeit he might have just been offside from that Magno shot, albeit the players are celebrating. The goal's been awarded, so thankfully not behind for long at all here in this tie. In the second lead, it only takes us 3 minutes. Magno with good work there to rob that ball from the defender, and then it falls out to Sesko, who somehow has stayed onside, not too sure how, and we don't get a replay, but thankfully the goal's awarded, 1-1 early in the second leg. And only a few minutes on from that opening goal, we've got a throw in here, but this time a bit deeper just inside of our own half. But Manga plays that one back there to Costello and goes back out again to Manga. Now Ben Seguir, the two players who came in for this game, linking up. A good tackle there on Ben Seguir, but thankfully Manga reacts quite nicely to keep that ball for us. Now Hincapi to Caicedo, a lovely through ball, which Ben Seguir can put away. I think they're expecting Sesko to put that one away, but thankfully Ben Seguir comes in and puts that one home, and he stayed onside. So only 10 minutes into the second leg, we make it 2-1 maybe. Prison FC, they'll get locked up here in Germany and not make their way through to the quarterfinals. It's a wonderful ball there from Caicedo off the back of that one to slot him through there from Pedro Hincapi, and indeed both Sesko and Ben Seguir were onside. It's a brilliant start. 2-1 up early in the second leg at home here at the Red Bull Arena. In fact, now we've got a corner. Ben Seguir puts it near post, and Diamonde will rise like a salmon and put that one home. 3-1. This is a brilliant start off the back of that poor first league performance. It's a cushion goal as well. This is a heck of a start from us here in front of our home fans. That near post corner starting to pay off for us now after it's taken a wee while for the players to learn it here at RB Leipzig. 3-0 up in the second league. And things have quieted down a little bit off the back of that really hot start we made here to the second league. 3 goals inside of the first 15 minutes to Sesko, Ben Seguir and Diamonde, but we don't mind that. 3-1 up on aggregate here at halftime in the second league. Obviously very happy with how we're playing Marseille, up to very little, and we're a lot more clinical in front of goal than we were in that first league. But Talas Magno on a yellow card will take off for Udrago. But apart from that, obviously very happy with how this second leg is going. We'll tell the guys to keep going out there and hopefully they can put this one to bed and try and hold on to our 3-1 lead. And only a few minutes into the second half, we're going to make another sub here because Mamadou Manga going quite well out there, but has just picked up a yellow card. Eric Martel, who we did drop for this game, partly on that heavy workload, but also because Manga's recent form has actually been a little bit better. He can come off the bench, hopefully make an impact. Now Kudus here with a set piece, picks out Cisco again at the near post. That makes it 4-0. We're really putting the hammer down here on Marseille in the second leg. The Frenchmen, they don't like it outside of their familiar comfort zones there in France. To be fair, for some of them, it probably should be a prison cell, but thankfully, absolutely putting them to the sword here in the second leg. We make it 4-0 on the day and 4-1 on aggregate. Only a few minutes later, got a throw in here inside the final third with Drago. On the attack, gets the shot off there and a decent save for once from the Marseille goalkeeper in this league. Kudus again goes looking for someone at the near post, but this time danger averted, but we're still 4-1 in front. And going forward a couple of minutes off the back of that fourth goal that we did score now, Ben Seguiri's having a really good game out there, drops down to a red hat. Now, Xavi Simons came into this one on a heavy workload, so maybe Robert Ramsak could be an interesting idea here for this game. Not someone I was planning on giving some game time to, but considering the situation, I think Ramsak we could give a run to in central attacking midfield. So we'll see how that goes. Could be quite threatening from set piece as well, considering how dangerous we are looking so far in this game. Marseille for the first time on the attack, but thankfully put a ball in there into the box, which Restes he can claim safely. Rolls it out there to Costello, who finds Caicedo. Now Drago goes back there to Costello. So far here, Marseille keeping us pinned in here down our right-hand side in this highlight, but eventually make our way briefly into the half, albeit not for too long. Now, ball over the top there, it falls to Cisco, who gets taken out before the goalkeeper can claim it. I think that might be a penalty. The defender might have just done a little bit of a whoopsie. Will he get a red card, seeing as that might have been a bit of double jeopardy? No, he won't, but Cisco with a chance here to complete a hat-trick from this spot, but unfortunately, the goalkeeper comes up with a really good save. So Benjamin Cisco has had a few chances so far in the save to complete hat-tricks in European games from the penalty spot. Hasn't quite done it, so he's a little bit sketchy from the spot in these big games, but thankfully looks like it shouldn't matter with only 15 minutes left and a 4-1 lead. Now it's time for us here to make our last couple of subs. Mohamed Kudus goes down to a red hat. Salt can compliment for him, and also Connor Bradley is going a bit fairly at right back. We could be on Pedro Malheiro, but to be fair, Kevin Keir probably could use the time out there to develop, still being a wonder kid. So Keir can come on at right back. We'll try something different here late on in this game. Looking pretty good to turn around that first leg deficit as we're 4-0 up here. Now Hincapi will put that one into the mixer, and Robert Ramsak off the bench in central attacking midfield will head that one home. That makes it 5-0 on the day and 5-1 on aggregate. We're absolutely toying with Marseille here in the second leg. Nice ball over the top there. I think that was from Martel. It's a loopy old ball, but Robert Ramsak can get up. To be fair. If he didn't, Benjamin Cisco probably would have. To be fair, there's the advantage of two tall players who got out here late on in this game. But this second leg, a heck of a lot better than that first one. Now another set piece chance for us here. Unfortunately, they hit it away there to Marseille, but we get that one into the mixer pretty sharply, and a ball in there from Salt gets deflected from Quentin Merlin, and it's an own goal. Marseille having a shocker here at the Red Bull Arena, and we are definitely going through the quarterfinals of the Champions League. A little bit worried off the back of that first league, and also considering there's some pretty dodgy buggers on this Marseille team, but thankfully putting them away here in the second league, an own goal to compound their misery. And it might not be over as we're about to make our way to the last 5 minutes of this game. A free kick, but unfortunately that ball, I think that was from Salk, gets claimed there by the Marseille goalkeeper, but that clearance from him isn't too great. Caicedo from a tight angle takes on, I think, a shot. The goalkeeper doesn't get there. Drago can bundle that one home. They are getting absolutely slaughtered here. Marseille at 7-0 on the day, 7-1 on aggregate. If we can make it 8-0, that would be quite funny, but Caicedo got the ball off the back of that poor clearance from their goalkeeper, makes his way there quite deep inside the box. Their goalkeeper doesn't make the save, and Drago bundles that one home. To be fair, Caicedo probably gets robbed there of a goal, but this has been a superb performance in the second leg of this Champions League round of 16 tie. Thankfully, that pretty average 1-0 loss away from home doesn't prove costly. We get 18 gear there in the second leg. Their players have some absolute shockers, which you love to see. To be fair, they did not have Garasai or Zuma for that one, but to be fair, they replaced Garasai with Makoko up front. So it's a very interesting team that Marco Rose has got here with Marseille, but thankfully new is better than the old RB Leipzig manager. We get the job done in the second league, and we'll go through the quarterfinals of the Champions League off the back of a 7-1 aggregate win.
A few moments later.
And the social media is a bit interesting in this game, actually. Justin might be drunk because Marseille apparently have been robbed. People might have been robbed in Marseille while they were there, because seriously, Prison FC, but 7-0, mate, that's not being robbed. So a huge comeback for us there in the second leg of that Champions League round of 16 tie off back that 1-0 loss away from home. We thrash Marseille there at home and go through 7-1 on. And we've got a quick look at what happened in all the other round of 16 ties. Benfica get knocked out by Barcelona 6-3. PSG just do enough to knock out Tottenham. Of course, Tottenham have gone quite close to winning a European trophy so far in the save. They're getting a bit further away since we've come here to RB Leipzig. Manchester United last year's beaten finalists. They go through 4-0 over Real Sociedad. Arsenal have got rid of Bayern Munich. Not a good week for Bayern Munich, as you'll see shortly when we check in on the Bundesliga. Dortmund also get knocked out by Feyenoord. Obviously, we thrash their Marseille in that second league. Man City just do enough to get past AC Milan. And Roma's miracle run off the back of their league phase performance continues. They get past Real Madrid 4-2. So Roma, the surprise story so far of these Champions League knockouts, but we make our way through to the quarterfinals. That draw's not happening for another week and a half. So unfortunately, you have to wait till tomorrow to see who we take on in that quarterfinal. But we do enough there to make our way through in the end quite comfortably because of that second league, but that first league a little bit average. But thankfully, all those borderline criminals at Marseille, they get knocked out of the Champions League. And also, while we're here, a quick update on the Bundesliga as well, seeing as we play the game in between those two ones you just saw. We took on Nuremberg, 17th in the league. Obviously, it was a good chance for us there to pick up a win, and thankfully, that's exactly what we did again with pretty much a full rotation. First half goals there to Benseguir, Marbana double, and Aljif Almas got one in the second half. That was off the back of a penalty that he missed. Thankfully came off the woodwork and he put it away off the back of the goalkeeper's save. So that penalty miss there didn't prove too costly. We still scored the goal and picked up a 4-0 win. And that actually means our gap on top of the Bundesliga has extended to 11 points because Bayern Munich, they've dropped down to third. That's off the back of a 2-2 draw with Stuttgart. So it's a very good episode for us here. The only German team left in the Champions League, albeit that could help out those two teams behind us now who can focus on their 9 games left in this Bundesliga season, and we also extend our gap to 11 points, 9 games left. We're looking very good to lift the Bundesliga this season. Of course, are still on for the DFB Pokal as we take on Paderborn from the Free Liga in the semi-finals of that competition. But that will do it for today's episode. Thankfully, get past the prisoners there of Marseille in the Champions League round of 16. If you enjoyed that one, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and are enjoying the series here on the channel, also make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. We'll come back tomorrow in a month or so's time for the quarterfinals of the Champions League, see who we take on there. Hopefully a few players with less dodgy past, because it was a bit awkward taking on that Marseille team in today's episode. But until tomorrow for the Champions League quarters, thank you very much for watching, keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.